morning, good afternoon, good evening. Hello, hello. Let me know if you can see and hear me okay. This is going to be a group energy healing where I heal 120 people in 8 different countries. Yes. First there'll be the intro where I describe what I'm going to do. Then there will be 3 minutes of quiet roughly, and then the rest is me healing the 120 people. And as I heal, I will do a walkthrough. I'll just say out loud what I'm doing. So it functions as an all levels walkthrough. If you want, you can heal yourself as you watch. And all levels, meaning a newbie, a total beginner, could get enough out of it to give themselves a decent healing. They might not understand every single thing I say, but it could be definitely helpful. And for those of you listening later and you see, oh my gosh, it was 2 hours long, whoa. There will be within a day, a detailed healing summary in the comment section with timestamp links for every major thing that we did so that you can jump around and see at a glance all that we did. And see if you want to do all of it or just part of it, and make that happen with the timestamp links. Oh, good. Thank you for my confirmations. So I got one confirmation and another one with a location, Las Vegas. Hello, hello. So yes, and speaking of locations, the 120 people that I'll be healing are in 8 different countries. So I want to give the geeky stats on that, just, I don't know, in case anyone is as geeky as I am about it. So of the 120 people, 9 are kids, ages 3 through 17. The rest are adults. And 92 of the 120 are in the US. And 11 are in Qatar, 5 are in the UK, 5 are in Canada, 3 are in the United Arab Emirates, 2 are in Spain, 1 is in South Korea, and 1 is in Saudi Arabia. And I'm always very open to people from all sorts of different countries, including the US. US is cool too. Well, many people in the US are cool. But yeah, and small news item, later today, less than 3 hours from now, 2 hours and 41 minutes from now, roughly, give or take, I will be putting up the July sessions, group healing sets on my purchase page of my website, janetwrightreadings.com. Usually I put them up at noon my time, which is less than 2 hours from now, but I will be still finishing the healing at that time. So I pushed it back an hour today, this time, just because it's the same day as the healing. And those will be the July group healings that go up for sale today. And the themes are listed on my website, janetwrightreadings.com. Let's see. Okay, so now previewing. Oh, good. I get another hello. And from Denver, Colorado. That's nice to know. Hello, hello. Alrighty. So creativity and self-expression is the theme that we'll be doing today. And it's a double theme, kind of, but they reinforce each other. Expressing yourself just in the sense of regular communication, but also self-expression, like a deeper, more authentic thing where you're expressing yourself in the way that is more authentic to you. So that's, and then creativity, it doesn't have to be just like, you know, an art project or something, a creative solution, you know, just having an inspiration and acting on it. I would put all that into the category of creativity. So we all need more creativity in our lives, even if your job is, you know, an accountant or something. It's a nice, nice energy. So we have had this theme all this month. So the triplet set of 3 healings that we already did had the same theme with a lot of variations that were interesting. And this is the start of the 2 healing set, the twin set. And today is Sunday. The last healing I did, I like for the first part of the healing, for some reason I had in my head the wrong day of the week, so I apologize for that. Today is Sunday, May 15th, 2022, and it is the first in the set of 2, which is the twin set. Oh my goodness. But anyway, okay, so, oh, and there will be a playlist, though there already is a playlist that I've been making of these creativity and self-expression May 2022 live streams. So they're all in one place for your reference, if you wish. Oh, good, I'm getting more people checking in, and even a weather report. How nice. Evergreen, Colorado now. Colorado's a popular place for my clients today. 60 degrees and sunny in Evergreen, Colorado. Well, that's nice. Hello, Janet from Long Island, New York. Hello, hello. And someone else, I'm here. Well, good, I'm glad you're here. Yay. So yeah, so weather report here. I'm not sure of the temperature. I'm going to say maybe like 47 degrees, if I had to say right now, which is kind of warm for us right now. We've been having a super cold spring so far, and it is rainy, very, very green. Everything's a very bright, nice green, but it is cloudy and rainy right now, but that's okay. If you live in this area, you can benefit from a sunlight lamp. Those are like lights that you have that just shine on the side of your face as you're working or whatever, and they trick your brain into thinking that you're getting like actual sunlight, like you're in the sunshine, and they really work. It's really amazing. So you don't like get that cabin fever kind of feeling, and it helps balance your sleep and stuff. So if anyone's been considering those sunlight lamps, they're not that expensive, and you just put them by the side of you as you're working or eating breakfast or whatever. So, another location from I'm here from Minnesota. Well, hello, welcome. So it says it's been rainy in England today. Well, yeah, I guess you guys like us tend to have a lot of rain, I guess. We don't have any rain in the summer. To the point where it's a bit dangerous for wildfires and stuff. But right now, boy, do we have rain. Alrighty. So as far as what we're doing today, how we're working creativity. Well, first we are, of course, in the beginning, we're going to do a lot of put yourself back together type work. So aura healing, chakra healing, repair. Chakra repair or repair, creative ring repair, which are right up here, just to make you function better. So you can be more present, get stuff done, you know, the basics. Get you in, get you checked in. Then we can, you know, do some fun theme related stuff once we have your strong foundation. And there are people that definitely need that strong foundation repaired. Meaning aura repair, chakra repair, and creative ring repair. So, and any newbie that's like, well, what should I work on? I don't know what to work on. You know, the beginning part of all these healings, that's when we do the fundamentals, and that's the stuff. The more you work on it, you're going to get more and more present, and everything's going to work better. But then the theme related little variations, there are a couple that I already know about. Some maybe, you know, the angels will tell me on the fly, but letting your angels help guide and heal you. Sometimes you can get extra blocks in your 4th chakra, which has to do with self-love, self-acceptance, motivation, enthusiasm, positivity. Sometimes it can get a little blocked. You know, life can be challenging. And, it can get a little blocked. And then you're not open to as much of the help from your angels as possible. And that's silly, right? So we're going to help unblock the 4th more and more, the 4th chakra, so that you get the help you need. You're more open to the help you need because your angels are always trying to help you. They're always there. They're very altruistic. They're not, no shady motives with your angels. So, so the more you unblock your fourth chakra with gold light, which we will do, it's simple to do, the more that you are open to receiving that nice help and protection and guidance. Also, some things that can kind of repress people creatively so they're not as freewheeling with their ideas and, what they want to do and taking action on their projects. You might have rules from other people, even from a past life, even from a long, long time ago, like say 10 lives ago, you had a really mean older sister and she gave you all sorts of rules, like don't do this, don't do this, don't do this. And it got stuck in your chakra since then. So it's possible. And so, or it could be a snippy sister that you had in this life. Or a parent or whatever, teacher or whatever. So we're going to get rid of some of those rules from other people. If you have your own rules, well, that's fine, but if you have rules from other people, they're just going to block you up. So we're going to get rid of those, help you to get rid of those to the extent that you're ready. And also another thing that can kind of pen people in and keep people from even realizing their own creative ideas would be shame. And shame can be like religious shame or just a product of stress or abuse. Sometimes you just feel like things are your fault or that you can't do anything right and it's all your fault and something's wrong with you. And so you start feeling ashamed, which is silly. Like there's no reason to be ashamed, but it's just a byproduct of, you get so overwhelmed, you start to feel like, you did something bad or something. So we're going to help you to shake that off so that you get rid of all that shame. And again, it can be from a past life because you can think, well, I think I feel that way, but there's no good reason for me to feel that way. Well, maybe, you were raised by somebody really strict in a past life, if not in this life. So anyway, we're going to help you shake that off. And another thing, so your 8th chakra is an energy center. You have energy centers in your body. The big ones are along your spine, but other ones all over. But then you have an 8th chakra, which is an energy center above your body. And it's a really nice one. And it helps you with inner wisdom, helps you to have good ideas, helps you to mellow out and not take things too seriously. But sometimes that sort of creativity and that inspiration and sort of insight into your problems and issues or, ideas of what you want to do, it doesn't make it down into all your chakras. So then you can't really use it. So you're kind of like repeating the old, same old, boring in your life. So I'm calling that the creative spark of your 8th chakra. So we're going to unblock your major chakras along your spine enough so that creative spark of your 8th chakra can make it all the way down into all the chakras, so that then you're more likely to think of, inspiring solutions and execute them and make them happen. So I'm looking forward to that. And another thing, if we have time, that we're going to do is chunk and bubble, which is really cute, and we haven't done it in a while. Chunk and bubble is a way to get rid of baggage and figure out the learning of it, even just subconsciously, so that you feel like, well, yeah, I went through that gross experience and it was gross and I've been avoiding processing it, but now I'm going to process it and get the learning from it. And so you feel like, oh, well, I learned, I'm stronger, I'm wiser, and so you don't keep the heavy triggering yuckiness, you just get the learning and the wisdom and you get to move on. So that's chunk and bubble, and we're definitely going to do that because I saw that sometimes people's like overwhelming energy that they're avoiding in their life, it can kind of all get interconnected and you feel like there's just too much to figure out in my life. I can't, too many question marks in my world, and then they all tend to kind of interconnect and then you could feel kind of paralyzed mentally. So we don't want that, right? So we're going to disconnect them all and just start separating and doing some, process, get them out of the way. And it is simple. It's not a painful experience, I promise. So if we have time, that's all that we're going to do to help you with creativity and self-expression in this healing. But if we don't have time for some of that, it'll be pushed onto the Tuesday healing, which is in 2 days, because this is a set of 2 healings. All right, I got another hello, cooking the dinner in sunny Ireland. Well, that's nice to know. Sunny Ireland. Oh, and I didn't say where I am. I'm in Olympia, Washington, which is in the Pacific Northwest of the United States. And it rains so much here that we get green moss on the trees and the branches, which I never realized like that was a thing like in anywhere other than a rainforest. We do actually have an official rainforest a couple hours away. Well, maybe just 1 hour away. But yeah, in the winter, like it rains so much that all many of the trees get like green sort of different lichens and mosses growing on the branches and the trunks. So looks very magical. Magical and mystical. Alrighty. So yeah, I think that's all I wanted to preview for today. So now we will do the quiet time where you can enjoy me not talking for about 2 or 3 minutes. And during that time, I'll finish my prep and say hello telepathically, which is non-verbally, to all the 120 people that I'm healing, so that everyone realizes, hey, we're about to start. And then I will start the healing while I'm still quiet, and you'll see me go like this, so that's a sure sign that I've started the healing. And then I'll start talking and explaining what I'm doing as I do it. And when I heal you, you can just relax. You don't have to do anything special. There's no way to mess it up. You can just do whatever you want. Some people clean their houses, some people take a nap even. But whatever you want to do when you're getting the healing, that's fine. If you want to listen as what I'm saying and all that at the same time, that's fine. If you want to heal yourself based on what I'm saying, even as I'm healing you, that's fine too. Like I said, if I'm healing you, you cannot mess it up. Don't worry. All right, cool. So now I'll be quiet. Okay, thanks so much for waiting. So as you heal yourself, what you could do is use a copy out in front of you of your energy system. Um, so you imagine a copy of yourself. So there's like a mini you out in front of you, and you're healing the mini you. And as you heal mini you, that's really healing your whole energy system. The benefit of that is you can spin around this little copy, and so you can see that, imagine the back of it, imagine the front of it, the top, the bottom, just kind of get maybe a better look at it and comb through the whole thing a little more thoroughly, maybe if you have a copy out in front of you. So, and combing through, what is that? Well, you're using gold light from your hands. You have a big energy center in the palm of each hand, and then smaller energy centers in your fingertips, one in each fingertip. And each energy center has a round opening. And you imagine setting the energy centers to a metallic gold color. So like, for example, this is gold glitter, right? So that's a metallic gold color. And so you just imagine setting, and you don't have to be able to see energy, you just do it with your thoughts. So you set all these energy centers in your hands to be a metallic gold color. And what that'll do is then they naturally spin and generate energy. All chakras do, unless they're stuck or broken. So as they generate energy, they'll be generating metallic gold energy, your hand chakras, right? And so you just let that energy flow through what you're healing, and that gold light heals and repairs and unblocks, helps you let go of things. So let's do your grounding, because that, I would say, is one of the fundamentals, right? So grounding is your connection to the core of the earth. And the bigger it is, the wider it is, the more flowing it is, the better. And also unblocked, so nice flowing, like sort of like a big waterfall. So you can go ahead and recreate your grounding, make it as wide as, I would say, as wide as the heel of the palm of your hand if you were to stretch out your arms. And I would say make it red or orange or yellow, whichever of those colors sort of feel nice to you right now. And either of those three colors would be great. And make your grounding go as high up as your third chakra. So where is your third chakra? Well, your sternum bone, like here's your rib cage, that sternum bone is in the middle there. And so where that ends, that's where your third chakra is. Your third chakra has to do with productivity, getting stuff done, doing things, taking action, also good sleep. So isn't that wonderful? So just make your grounding go up that high, and then make it go all the way down to the core of the earth. So like a big beam of light that flows downward, that's red or orange or yellow, or a big tree trunk that flows downward, or a big waterfall, which of course would be flowing downward. And then you can imagine a copy of that out in front of you, of your grounding, and use the gold light to unblock it. Make sure it is nice and wide, and even wide in the back, so it should go behind you, like that far back. And just comb through and release any energy blocks that are there. You may have energy blocks, stuff that people dumped there. So just imagine whatever people have dumped in your grounding over time, and just surround it in gold light and melt it away. So it's like you're imagining the energy blocks like maybe big black rocks, and then you just surround the black rocks in gold light enough until they just go whoosh and melt away. So go ahead, find more energy blocks in your grounding, surround them in the gold light until they just melt and go away. Whew. You can have energy blocks in your space, make it easy for someone else to be there, which sounds kind of weird or spooky, but it's not. It's just people can be a little bit invasive without even wanting to sometimes. So you can just find a part of your grounding that seems a little bit crowded It's just supposed to be your releasing energy. But find a part that seems like it's like a meeting place for somebody or a place for someone to show up and complain about their life. And just wash that out and melt it away. You don't want your grounding to feel like a little complaining room for other people or a little dumping ground for other people. So just melt away anything in there from other people, melt away any little section of it that seems like it's for somebody else to show up and complain about their life. Just wash all that away with gold light. So it's just a nice, healthy waterfall going down. Red or orange or yellow. Okay, so that's grounding and unblocking grounding. Unblocking grounding is all that melting that we did of the other people's stuff. So that's grounding. And then let's do indie grounding, which is a sort of building on that. So indie grounding is making sure your grounding is only for you and not for, your neighbor or your sibling or your daughter or mother or whatever. Because their grounding works best if it's just for them, and your grounding works best if it's just for you. It's not like a shared thing. But a lot of people don't realize that, and so they hook their grounding into you. Maybe they're trying to help, maybe they're trying to get in your way, whatever. So just melt that away. So you go and you check out the edges of your grounding as it goes all the way down to the core of the earth, and you melt away little spots where people are attaching into the grounding. So like little branch off places, just use gold light and melt all that away. And you can just remind people, hey, go check your own grounding. Hey, have your angels help you with grounding. Ask your angels to help with grounding. Grounding helps you feel, when it works, when it's just for you like this, it helps you to manage stress much, much, much better. It helps you to release energy and just function way, way, way better. And it helps you to feel safe, like not overwhelmed, if your grounding is nice and flowing and wide. Okay. So that's indie grounding, independent. Indie stands for independent. All right. So now we're going to do aura repair of all your auras at the same time. And technically you have 17 auras, but if that is a bit too trippy to think that there are 17 auras that you have, you don't have to worry about it. It's basically the energy that you generate around your physical body. Like if you're awake and you're pretty present, then all your auras are all around you like a big bubble. And it looks like one aura, even though technically it's a whole bunch of different auras. But the point is you want it to be whole, like a whole bubble without rips and gashes, because the rips and gashes make you leak energy, and you need your energy so you can get stuff done and function and feel safe and not overwhelmed, right? Because the aura, part of what your auras do is it's like a buffer between you and the world. And so the world can be chaotic or angry or sad or whatever, but you have your nice aura, which is like it's your own little world. And so you can set your aura to the way you want it, So maybe your aura is about creativity today, or your aura is about, productivity, or your aura is about resting and relaxing, And so the more you have your auras safe and grounded and flowing, the more you can have autonomy and be separate and different from, the people around you in society or wherever. Okay, so long story short, that was a big explaining about aura repair. So that was explaining aura repair. Now we will do aura repair. So you just imagine all your 17 auras out in front of you, and first just check them out with your imagination. It's okay if you can't see energy yet. You just imagine. Do you imagine there's a lot of rips, or do you imagine they're all whole and like, nice little bubbles? And you can use gold light and wash out all the rips so that they start to repair. Maybe you have more rips in the back, like behind your lower back. Maybe you have more rips in the back behind your head or right in the top of your aura. Maybe you have some like in front of your tummy area or in front of your chest. So use gold light and wash them out and start to repair them. And you can keep going like that, just location specific. But I'm going to use composite copy technique, which is a bit easier and doesn't require you to see yet. So you imagine one rip that represents all the rips in these 17 auras that are healthy and gentle for you to repair right now. And then you just repair the one rip that represents all those rips, and that repairs the rips. So you imagine your one composite copy rip. You can imagine it like a big valley, or however you want to imagine your rip. And just wash it out with gold light. Get the gold light really deep in there. And we're going to clean out the rip a few times, 2 times, just to make sure that we get out the junk, because you can get a buildup of other people's energy, invasive spirits, whatever, you know, just junk in your rip, and we don't want that. So so use gold light as sticky gold wax. So you just make sticky gold wax and it sticks to whatever's not you in this rip. And you lift out the sticky gold wax with the junk and you give it to your angels. Angels, here you go. And so that's a nice, easy way to clean things out. So let's do that again, just with your hands. Make sticky gold wax and have it stick to anything that's not you in this rip. And then you lift out the wax and all the junk at once and say, angels, here you go. And then now you should have better access to the ripped parts of this composite copy rip, and you can finish the repair with lots of gold light. So the rip gets more and more shallow, basically smaller, until it's all gone. So just keep using gold light. And probably one of the biggest, not really mistakes, but tendencies maybe of people who are very new to aura repair is they stop right before they're done. So if you think, do I need a little more gold light there? Just go for it. Do a little bit more. All right, so then now that you've repaired the rips, so then let's melt away any aura scarring that you might have at the edge of any of these auras. So that can be like a hard bumpiness that's just left over from having damage. So we'll melt aura scarring. So to do that, I mean, it's at the edge in various spots of the various auras, but we can just lump all the aura scarring together and melt it all at once. So all the aura scarring that you have, just make a big pile of it. And so it's just hard, bumpy energy. And so you just melt it with gold light. You can imagine the hard, bumpy energy maybe have like a consistency of, say, burnt toast or something. And so you melt your burnt toast. Because you want your aura to be very flowy and bouncy. You don't want it to be hard and crusty. So go ahead and melt your burnt toast, aura scarring. If you have any left over, just say, angels, help me to heal that. And you don't have to worry that you don't know a lot about your own angels, because when you say angels with your mind, your angels hear you just fine. And so it works. All right, so that was melting away aura scarring. So now we'll melt away aura bruising, which is similar, but it tends to be more in the inner or in multiple layers of your aura at once. And it can be also in the inner layers, whereas scarring is only on the outside part. But just the same way, we're gonna just imagine that hardness that is the aura bruising and put it all in one place and melt it all at once. So put all your aura bruising into one spot and melt it all away with gold light. You can have aura bruising around somewhere where you have physical soreness, so say around your neck or around the back of your lower back, or around, you know, say if you injured an ankle or something, you can also have aura bruising in that area. So it's good to melt. It helps your body heal faster and it helps you be more present. So we're melting aura bruising. And sometimes once you melt some, you can melt more. So just imagine if you have more aura bruising and then go ahead and melt that. Okay, a couple deep breaths. So sticky gold wax is, we've already used it a little bit when we were repairing that rib, but you can also use it all over, and it just helps get rid of stuff that's not you, so why not? So you can imagine your everything, I like to call it. So all your 17 auras, and then your physical body's in there, your astral body's in there, your grounding, your connection to the core of the earth. So just use sticky gold wax around the outer surface of all your 17 auras, around the outer surface of both your groundings, around the anywhere inside there, inside the auras, inside your physical body, your astral body. So the sticky gold wax can stick to anything that you're ready to get rid of. So invasive beings, other people's energy, and this can be very innocent. It could be, you know, a neighbor of yours who's a little nosy. Maybe some of their energy's in your aura somewhere. You don't have to worry. Or it could be a really nice friend of yours who just, you know, like when they worry about their friends, they accidentally send them some of their energy, and that could be blocking you up, right? So you don't have to worry about why this other energy is in your way, in your space. It just, get rid of it. So sticky gold wax, have it stick to all the other people's junk that's in your space. Anything that's not you that you're ready to get rid of, including hard energy objects that may have been thrown at some point by somebody who's a little bitter or angry subconsciously. So have the sticky gold wax stick to all that junk, and then we're going to move the wax and the junk to the side and hand it to your angels. So we'll leave the copy of you in place, but move the junk to the side. So move the wax and the junk over. Angels, here you go. Okay, maybe a nice deep breath, wiggle around. We'll do that one more time. Sticky gold wax around the outer surfaces of all your auras and your groundings, and get it all in there, in your auras, in your body and astral body. Sticky gold wax so it sticks to everything that you're ready to get rid of, including blocked energy that's maybe blocking your creativity or your self-expression. So have the wax stick to all that, and then just move the wax and the junk to the side, and then give it to your angels. Angels, here you go. All right, deep breath. Maybe wiggle around a little bit. And let's finish up the repair, because you may have gotten rid of some hard objects that then you maybe have a little couple of holes in your aura. So lots of gold light around the outer surface of all 17 of your auras, just to finish up the repair, because we don't want any leaks. All right, wonderful. And also, as you're doing that, unblock your grounding again. I did it, but I didn't say it out loud. So check your grounding, make sure it's a nice flowing waterfall, even in the back, all the way down to the core of the earth. And just go ahead and melt away any blockages in your grounding, any blocks. All right, so that was aura repair plus a little bit of extras thrown in there. Let's do chunk and bubble. So this was the last thing that I mentioned in the intro around the theme. So chunk and bubble is a way to clear baggage, and it can be just, you can have baggage from, you know, all sorts of reasons, from past lives, from this life. Just maybe you had a hard day at some point and there was just some stress that you didn't release fully. And so it can be some energy blocks that are left over. And it's, some of it could be from a terrible, terrible day, and some of it could just be from a day that was too stressful, you know, but not terrible, terrible. But the problem is it all piles up, you know, and gets to be too much. So we can do chunk and bubble to make it go away. And that's better, because then your brain works better and you can think of what you need to do, and things just don't seem so hard when you kind of clear the clutter in your energy field. So we will do that with chunk and bubble. So go ahead and imagine a big basin or tub of gold light out in front of you that you make. So just however you like it, you know, you can make it a certain shape or whatever, but it should be deep and have lots of gold light in it, universal gold healing energy in it. And then what we're going to do is take a chunk of whatever stress you've been avoiding, and we're going to dunk it in the gold light. And as you dunk it in the gold light, it melts away. And we're going to have it bubble like the bubbles. It'll make nice, cool gold bubbles that then leave the water, the gold water, and they like pop around you, but not in an overwhelming way. Just like nice, cute little, you know, soap bubbles kind of popping. And as they pop, you get the wisdom of, so it's sort of I mean, clearing blocked energy always will get you wisdom, but with chunk and bubble, where you imagine the bubbles of the wisdom that you're getting, I think it's more uplifting. It reminds you that, you know, it's not just, life is not just this terrible torture. I mean, there's a point. You're supposed to learn from the hardships. And on a subconscious spirit level, you do. Particularly if you process it, you just let it go and clear it. And that, even without trying, that's how you're learning. That's how your mind is getting stronger and you're getting stronger as a spirit. So, so take another chunk of whatever junk that's been, you know, like sort of blocking your mind from being logical. Okay, and dunk that chunk of junk in the gold light and just let it melt away fully. And as it melts, you get the gold bubbles of wisdom just popping around you gently so that you get wisdom. And you're reminded that you're getting wisdom. And you don't have to have conscious realization of what the wisdom is. That's okay. It'll happen anyway. And so melt that chunk fully. Okay. And then let's just do some more. So think of, you can think of a bunch of chunks, but you're doing them one at a time, but you can kind of have like a chunk stacking machine out in front of you. And just stack a whole bunch of blocks of junk that you've been avoiding. Yeah, that's just been kind of like frying your brain. Just stack them up. And then your chunking machine will drop them into the gold light at the right speed, so it's not too much, right? And so just drop one chunk of the baggage in and let the gold bubbles of wisdom, you know, you receive that, and the baggage is fully melted in the gold light. And another chunk of baggage drops in the gold light, and you get the gold wisdom bubbles. And just keep doing that. And the important thing too is that you're not putting all of it in at once. You're giving yourself pacing. because that's an important thing to learn, that you don't have to solve every problem at once, you know. And the problem is sometimes they just get so interconnected that you kind of feel like you have to, but then you can't, so you're paralyzed. So just, you know, divide all your stress into little pieces and then put the little pieces in at a nice pace so that you're not overwhelming yourself. So just keep putting your stress blocks in your baggage blocks in the gold light and just let it bubble, and just, you know, don't rush yourself, whatever pace you feel is good for you, and just let the gold bubbles of wisdom come to you as you're melting your baggage. Keep breathing. All right, so if you have a bunch more that you want to do, but you know you can't do them all at once, you could again load them into your chunk and bubble machine so that they drop down at a healthy pacing, not too much for you. And if that's confusing, you can say, angels, if I need a chunk and bubble machine, help me make one. Or you can just say, angels, I want to work more on this with my angels in my sleep. Because it's really easy to work on things in your sleep with your angels. And your angels are always open to that, of course. So you can just remind yourself, hey, I can work more on this in my sleep. I can let my angels help me to, you know, clear baggage in my sleep. All right, good job. So that was using chunk and bubble to clear baggage. You know, let's do more of it theme specific, because I kind of did theme related there, but I didn't, you know, say it enough directly. So maybe some people, they have more that they could do that is directly going to help their creativity and or their self-expression. So we'll do more chunk and bubble. So, all right, so first we did general chunk and bubble right there. And now we will do theme specific chunk and bubble. Now that you're an expert at it. So a big gold tub of gold light. You can make a fresh new one if you want. Get rid of the old one. And so what are the chunks that are in the way of your creativity? What are the chunks in the way of your self-expression? And just drop them into the water at a nice pacing for you. So don't rush yourself, whatever pacing it feels good and safe for you and comforting. And just keep dropping your creativity blocks in the gold light, melting them away, getting the gold bubbles, and drop your self-expression blocks. And maybe they're the same, maybe you just have one, you know, set, but if you want, you can separate them out, whatever amuses you. Because the more amused you are, the more your energy tends to flow, and you clear more and you heal faster. So it's a good thing. So we're specifically thinking of the energy blocks in the way of your creativity and self-expression, or the baggage, the junk in the way of your creativity and self-expression, and you imagine them as individual blocks. So it's not just all one big mass. And then you're one at a time, you're putting them in the gold light to melt away. And then you get your bubbles of wisdom that bubble up as the baggage is melting in the gold light. And once one block melts, you drop the other one in. And once you feel like, okay, that's the healthy and gentle amount, I just finished it, then you're done. And you can do it as much as you want. Just have that intention be, okay, I only want to do what's healthy and gentle to do right now. And then, of course, you can come back to it later, either by consciously doing it with the video or freestyling, or, you know, subconsciously doing it with your angels while you're awake doing something else or while you're sleeping. So that was Chunk and Bubble. First we did it to help overall, and then we specifically did it to help with the theme, creativity, and self-expression. Good job. So one thing that there's one thing I want to do that we did in the whole last set, the May triplet set, that I like so much I want to do here too, is unblock your first layer of your aura around your shoulders and around your hips. So the first layer of your aura, your two regular auras have layers to them, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So they're like layers of an onion. And the other 15 layers, the other 15 auras are just like big gold force fields. They don't have layers to them. But the ones that have layers, you can specifically think of that first layer, you know, right around your hips, right around your shoulders, and you can unblock there. And that helps you be more present in your shoulders and in your hips, which helps with everything. So yeah, let's do that. So unblocking the first layer around your shoulders and your hips. So you just imagine like a copy, and you know, so this area and this area, right around the shoulders, right around the hips. And so you just imagine energy blocks that are good to get rid of in those areas. And you can bring up red earth energy and ground those blocks first if you want. Soak them in red earth energy from the core of the earth. And just gold light, melt away cords from other people going into those energy blocks. You can blow up the blocks if you're healing yourself, or you can just keep melting them with the gold light until they disappear. Deep breath. You can breathe and imagine breathing into these parts of your body, your hips and your shoulders, your feet and your hands while you're at it, in your head. Okay, so again, imagine your first layer of your aura around your shoulders and around your hips, and any energy blocks that are really good to get rid of in those places. Bring up the red earth energy to help ground them, and then gold light, melt away anybody's cords going into these blocks. And then gold light to melt the blocks away. Deep breath. And in your shoulders, you can have blocks inside your physical shoulders and inside your physical hips. So you can imagine that, energy blocks inside your physical shoulders and your physical hips. And go ahead and melt those away. Deep breath. Again, imagine energy blocks, so like hard, crunchy energy instead of flow. So the energy block, kind of like burnt toast, you know, or rocks, hard rocks. So imagine those blocks, and you can bring up red earth energy and soak them in the gold light. These are energy blocks in your hips and your shoulders, and then just melt them away with the gold light. Deep breath. And if you're having trouble melting them, if they're not melting, just say, angels, can you help me melt these? All right. So then building on that, we can melt away energy blocks in all your joints. So unblock all your joints. of your body. Because like in the last set, I was saying, well, breathe into all your major joints of your body. Breathe into your shoulders, breathe into your hips, breathe into your knees, your wrists, your ankles, your feet, your hands, your head. Breathe into all those places, which does help you be more present. But if there are energy blocks there, significant energy blocks, it may be a little bit challenging to be there. Because it's like you're a fish and you want to swim in water. You want to swim in flow. And so if it's not flow, if it's like a rock, well, a fish can't really swim through rock, right? So unless you clear the rock, then you can swim in the water, So that's what we want to do. We want to unblock, melt away the rocks in your joints, in any of your major joints, so that it's like flowy energy there, so then you can be even more present there. So you just imagine some energy blocks that are good to clear, that are in all your joints, and imagine them in one place. And then go ahead and melt that pile of energy blocks. Or if you're healing yourself, you could blow them up too, if that amuses you. Whatever is more fun. So imagine the energy blocks in your joints. And just melt them away. So then now breathe into your joints of your body. So your elbows, all the major joints, elbows, wrists. I would say joints and energy channels too. That could be fun. Let's keep on joints. Yeah, so imagine the energy blocks in your joints that are good to clear right now, and just imagine them all in one place and melt them with gold light. Take your time. All right, good job. So again, imagine more energy blocks in your joints that are good for you to clear right now. You can bring up red earth energy and soak them in the red earth energy. You can use gold light to melt everyone's cords away from these blocks, and then just keep using gold light to melt them away. Deep breath, breathe into all your major joints. So that was unblocking the joints of your body, the major joints of your body. So like all the bendy places. All right. And I also really enjoyed sinuses, working sinuses. And I think that helps you be more in your head, and you have some obviously major energy centers in your head that are really good to be present in, like your 6th chakra behind your forehead and your 7th chakra in your head, in the top of your head. So let's work sinuses again. Unblock sinuses, unblock behind the eyes, and unblock the whole head. So sinuses, eyes, and head. Let's unblock. Okay, so you just imagine, say your whole head. And we'll clear in front of your face too, and then in your head and all around your head. So first your sinuses, let's do that a little bit. And if you're healing yourself, you could just, I'm going to take my glasses off. You could put your hands like right there and just send the gold light into your sinuses. Your sinuses are like little sort of pockets inside your head, little areas inside your head. So just send lots of gold light there. You can also use a copy out in front of you. So you're sending gold light into your sinuses just to wash them out and melt away energy blocks in your sinuses. You can imagine the blocks in your sinuses kind of like hard rocks, and just melt them away with gold light. And imagine more energy blocks in your sinuses and melt them away with gold light. Now, body things like sinuses, a lot of other things, it's not just energy healing that can help. You know, what you eat impacts your body and your sinuses and all and everywhere. Um, so like for me, dairy can block up my sinuses. Well, thankfully not butter. I'm okay with butter, which I adore. But you know, if I add milk to my tea or something, that will contribute to blocking my sinuses up. So it will actually put energy blocks in my sinuses, which is weird, you know, because it's like you would think only that's an energy thing. But if you're not eating what your body is happy with, you know, if your body's unhappy with what you're eating, it affects things on an energy level as well. So depending on if you're cheating and putting milk in your tea or whatever, maybe you could process dairy, but it's something else. But you know, so you can get energy blocks in your sinuses from all sorts of reasons. Some of them are food related. That's really what I wanted to say. Just go ahead and melt energy blocks in your sinuses. Okay, and then your eyes, there are all sorts of really cool energy, like in traditional Chinese medicine, all sorts of little acupuncture points all around your eyes and up here to your forehead and your scalp and everything. So just you can, if you're healing yourself, you could do it directly for a little and just heal all the energy centers around your eyes, around your eyebrows, around your forehead. Just repair and unblock those energy centers. And you can have energy that's sort of like pressed up against your face. Just stuck energy. So just you can imagine like the outline of the front of your face and just lift off the heavy energy that's kind of pressed up against there and either blow it up or melt it away. And again, more energy that could be just sort of compressed against your face. Just lift it out a little, give yourself a little room, and then just melt it away. Whew, deep breath. And again, you can lift out any sort of compressed energy around your eyes and your sinuses and your mouth for self-expression, right? So lift out any junk around your mouth as well and just melt it all away with gold light. And maybe some of it doesn't melt so easily, so you can just lift all that junk around your eyes, behind your eyes, in your sinuses, and around your jaw and your mouth. Lift it all out with like a gold piece of fabric, and then wrap it up in the fabric and hand it to your angels. Angels, here you go. So like a gold net, you know, and just gold net all that junk in your sinuses, behind your eyes, in your jaw, in your mouth, and just wrap all that up in some gold mesh and give it to your angels. Angels, here you go. And just breathe for a little bit, adjust to that, you know, maybe wiggle around in your seat, wiggle your toes. Deep breath. Let's do, I want to repair all chakras, all major and minor chakras, and then we can do gold nets for your head. So we'll kind of, We'll kind of back up, do chakra repair for all your chakras of your whole body, and then we'll do gold netting just to, again, unblock your head more. But I think because the more present you are, the more effective your energy clearing is. So I think, you know, maybe people have some damage, like say in their lower chakras or some chakra in their leg or something. And so we're going to get all that repaired and unblocked. And then we'll circle back and do more head unblocking. So we will do repairing chakras, which I can't even see what time it is without my glasses. There we go. Okay, so repairing chakras is easy to do, interestingly, because it's so important. But it's one of the basics that I probably should have done right after aura repair. Whatever. It's one of the big fundamentals, like grounding, chakra repair, creative ring repair. We're gonna have to do that too. Okay. So for chakra repair, we're going to use composite copy technique again. So it's super simple. You just imagine an open cylinder shape, like cylinder with 2 round openings. That's the basic shape of a chakra. So you make a composite copy chakra that represents all your major and minor chakras of your body and spirit, wherever they are. You know, like little chakras in your legs or your feet, or big chakras along your spine, or, you know, minor chakras but pretty big in your shoulders and arms and neck and legs, all that. So one composite copy that represents all those chakras, and just repair this composite copy with lots of gold light. And this is another one of those fundamentals, so it helps you get things done, it helps you function. If you have chakra damage, things that, you know, might otherwise be easy are not easy. And you're like, what's wrong with me? That's what chakra damage can do to you. It just makes you not function as well. So a lot of people have chakra damage for years and years of their life. They never realize it. So that's silly. Let's repair chakras. So again, just gold light, and you wash out the junk so that it repairs properly. The damage can look like chunks missing, or cracks or holes that shouldn't be there, or scratches. And sometimes you can get so many energy blocks sort of caked around the chakra that it prevents you from finishing the repair work. So let's unblock the chakras. Use sticky gold wax and get it all in there and all around the outer surface, around the round openings. And have the wax stick to all the energy blocks that are in the way of your repair work. And if there are any invasive beings in the way, have the sticky gold wax stick to that, and get them all out at once. So lift out the wax and the junk, give it to your angels. Angels, here you go. Okay, more sticky gold wax. Have the sticky gold wax stick to all the junk that's not you. Lift out the wax and the junk. Angels, here you go. So now your repair work should be more effective, and you should be able to fully repair your energy channels. I'm sorry, your chakras. And we can do theme-specific chakra unblocking too. So we can use sticky gold wax to stick to any energy blocks that are affecting your creativity or your self-expression. So have the sticky gold wax stick to your creativity and self-expression blocks, and then lift the wax and the blocks out and give them to your angels. Or you could blow them up if you're healing yourself. And you don't have to use wax. You can just imagine the blocks and lift them up without wax if you want. So just imagine energy blocks in this composite copy chakra that affect your creativity or your self-expression, and lift those energy blocks out, and you can just blow them up if you're healing yourself, or you can melt them, or you can hand them to your angels. Deep breath. Wiggle your toes. Again, more unblocking to the extent that's healthy and gentle, right? You want to lift up energy blocks in the way of your self-expression or your creativity. Lift those blocks up. You can blow them up, you can melt them, you can hand them to your angels. And then keep repairing and nourishing your chakras with the gold light. All right, great job. So that was chakra repair of all your chakras, major and minor of body and spirit. So let's do another fundamental while we're at it, so I don't forget. Creative ring repair and unblocking, which also is very theme relevant, but is relevant for just basic functioning too. Because again, things are just too hard when you have damage up here. Everyone has 3 gold rings. And I call them creative rings. They help with creativity, but they just help with basic functioning. And so they're a part of your spirit. But they can get smashed really easily or cracked really easily, even if you don't get aura damage, because someone could core them and blast a bunch of energy directly in to the creative rings, and they all crack and shatter, and your aura is whole, so you don't realize that you need to check for creative ring damage. So it's just a nice thing to quickly, intuitively check, okay, do I have aura damage? Do I have creative ring damage? Do I have chakra damage? And just play with your intuition on that. You know, your intuition doesn't get good if you don't use it. It's like a muscle, you know, so you got to work it out. So those are 3 things I would suggest use intuition on regularly just to check, right? So you can be at your best every day. Aura, creative rings, and grounding. And chakras, 4 things. Grounding, aura, creative rings, chakras. All right, fine, 4 things. But if that's too confusing, just work grounding. Like if you're super newbie and not very motivated, just grounding is a good start. Keep that grounding nice and flowing. You just add on the more that you can handle. All right, so creative rings right here. That was explaining. So now let's do doing. Creative ring repair and unblocking. So you just imagine a copy of your 3 gold rings out in front of you. You can make it a big copy, a tiny copy, whatever amuses you. And just lots of gold light, so that if they're shattered or cracked, you wash away the junk and they heal back up. They repair themselves. Okay, so that was basic repair, making sure that the rings are whole. Each gold ring is whole without cracks or missing pieces, right? So then now unblocking the creative rings, because they can sort of have like walls around them or junk stuffed in them, like energy blocks, and that really gets in the way of the energy that, like your 7th chakra sends energy upward, and also you bring in new energy that you created in your sleep with your angels down this way. So you need to be able to, energy needs to flow really well here. And so if you have these rings like filled with junk, it's like, it just it can make you feel tired or confused or overwhelmed or all sorts of focus issues. So we don't want that, right? So we want to unblock the gold rings. So you could use sticky gold wax, or you could just imagine the blocks and lift them up all by themselves without sticky gold wax, which I'm going to do. So you just imagine the blocks in and around your creative rings and lift up the blocks. Leave the rings in place, lift up the blocks, and you can hand them to your angels. Angels, here you go. Okay, so imagine the energy blocks around your creative rings or inside your creative rings, and just to the extent that's healthy and gentle, just lift them all up and give it to your angels. Angels, here you go. And just breathe, imagine that flow, you know, from your upper aura down in your chakras. Imagine your spine, your shoulders, your hips, your legs. Okay, and again, imagine the energy blocks around your creative rings or in your creative rings, below or above them, and just lift out the blocks. Give them to your angels. Angels, here you go. And you want to imagine and lift out what's healthy and gentle to clear right now. So again, imagine your creative rings, imagine the junk around them that's healthy and gentle to get rid of, especially junk that you could remove to help your creativity or your self-expression. And just lift all that out. Give it to your angels. Angels, here you go. And just breathe. Think about your head, your neck, your shoulders, your hips, your legs, your arms. Breathe into all these parts of your body. All right. So that was creative ring repair and unblocking. So now, like I said, we're going to circle back and do some more unblocking for your head and around your head, because we had done maybe 20 minutes earlier, we had done the sinuses, unblocking your sinuses and behind your eyes and in front of your eyes and your jaw and your mouth and all that. But I figured now that we've done all this basic repair of your chakras and your creative rings, you're more present, you're more clicked in, so your clearing work will be much more effective. So we're doing more. So you just imagine your head, like a copy of your head out in front of you. And for those of you detail-oriented, it's your physical head as well as your astral body head. We're going to unblock both at once, of course. Of course. So just make a big bunch of gold nets, like a big cube of gold netting all around, way above your head, maybe down to like your third chakra. This cube of gold nets, and you're going to collapse the gold nets, and it's going to tangle up whatever's not you that you're ready to get rid of. So other people's energy, other people's problems, energy blocks, evasive beings, whatever, right? Just have the gold netting collapse in, and it's just, you're going to tangle up anything that's not you in the netting, and then you lift out the netting with the junk and give it to your angels. Angels, here you go. And just relax and center yourself in all your major joints. Deep breath. Sometimes people want to influence you in a certain way, and they might put their ideas in your head, which can block you up for, you know, years and years and years. And maybe they meant well. They didn't even realize that they were blocking you. A lot of times people do this stuff, they don't know they're doing it most of the time. So we don't want that. So just imagine your head, and maybe there are some ideas that people shoved in your head in this life or a past life. And maybe they're negative ideas, maybe they're positive ideas, but it's not yours, so it's going to block you up just the same, right? So you can imagine all those like rocks, or yeah, imagine them like rocks that aren't yours, and just have your big gold net collapse in and tangle up and catch any of these ideas that are not yours in your head, and just drag out the ideas and the junk in the gold nets and give them to your angels. Angels, here you go. Breathe into your head and your shoulders and your hips and your toes. Imagine you may have some energy blocks in your head that are negative from other people, and it's like a negative idea, and it causes you to not want to be in your head. And that's really counterproductive. So just imagine the energy blocks and any kind of negative junky stuff in your head, and just wrap it up in gold light and give it to your angels. Angels, here you go. And come on back into your head now that you have more wonderful space in there. And also be in your toes and your fingertips and your hips. And we can do flower healing for your head too, just to make sure there's really, really nice energy in your sinuses and your head and your neck and your shoulders. Okay, so flower healing for your shoulders and your head. So just go ahead and you can move your hands like I like to do, or you can just imagine creating the flowers without moving your hands, whatever you want. But you're making out of universal healing energy some energy healing flowers, the exact vibration of energy healing energy that you need for your shoulders and your head. So that it's just a really nice, safe, healthy environment for you to be present as a spirit. So go ahead and make a whole bunch of energy healing flowers for the inside of your neck and shoulders. And say, angels, can you double check my flowers? And give them, just put them in your neck and your shoulders and your head. And go ahead and make more energy healing flowers, whatever healing vibrations that you need for your neck, shoulders, and head, and around your neck, shoulders, and head too. And just make the energy healing flowers and make as many as you need. And say, angels, can you double check my flowers? And then go ahead and give them to yourself around your head, neck, and shoulders, inside your head, neck, and shoulders, inside your mouth, your jaw, your teeth, the roots of your teeth, right? They need love. Go ahead and heal your teeth and the roots of your teeth. Your gums, your jawbones. Alrighty. So that was extra work on basically your upper body. We did, actually we haven't done well, we did a little bit. Yeah, we did a little bit of the gold nuts, just for general unblocking. And then also, that's Izzy, shush, 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 shush. My dog Izzy itching himself, scratching himself. So we did unblocking for your head in general, and then we also made sure to get rid of people's ideas out of your head. Like a piece of energy that is someone's idea. Like someone can communicate an idea cleanly and you consider it and that's that, right? But someone maybe with manipulative intentions, maybe they think they're helping you, but maybe they don't. But anyway, they can have a place energy in your head. It's super horrible karma. I would never suggest that anyone do that, by the way. But anyway, it's possible. And so we cleared that stuff out. So that was unblocking your head. And then we did flower healing for the head and neck and shoulders. Okay, good job. Woohoo! All right, that's true. The angels want me to do flower healing for your hips and around your hips. Just so, because we want you to be in the upper and lower body, right? And so for your legs and your hips and your feet. All right, that's fine. So go ahead and make energy healing flowers for whatever healing vibration you need in and around your hips and your legs, your knees, your feet, right? So go ahead, make energy healing flowers for your hips, legs, and feet. And say, angels, can you double check my flowers? And then go ahead and give them to your hips and your legs and your feet. And make more. Go ahead. So the exact energy healing vibration that you need so you feel really comfortable and content in your hips, legs, and feet. And make as much as you need. And say, angels, can you check my flowers? And then give them to your hips and your legs and your feet. And one more time. And also lower back, don't leave out your lower back, right? Maybe just a special batch for your lower back. So energy healing flowers for your lower back, as many as you need, right? Angels, can you check my flowers? And go ahead and give them to your lower back. An extra batch, give them to your lower back. All right, good job. So that was flower healing for your hips, legs, and feet, and then flower healing for your lower back. Good job. Woohoo. All righty. So so we're doing more of what I said we would do in the intro, the theme related stuff. So letting your angels help guide and heal you by unblocking your fourth chakra, and maybe there are energy blocks in some other places. So not just your fourth chakra, but probably largely your fourth chakra. The blocks here would prevent you from receiving as much as possible the help and guidance from your angels. So we don't want that, right? We want you to be able to receive as much healing and help that you need from your angels. So go ahead and just imagine any energy blocks that you have. Imagine copies out in front of you, energy blocks that are blocking you from really making the most of the fact that you have personal angels, like real angels that are assigned to you to help you all the time. So just imagine those energy blocks, bring up red earth energy, soak those energy blocks in red earth energy, and soak them in gold light from your hands. And go ahead and melt them. If you're healing yourself, you can blow up the energy blocks too. And so we're just melting away energy blocks that block you from receiving as much healing and help and guidance that you need from your angels as possible. So go ahead and melt away these energy blocks. And let's do that again. And if you need to, if you're feeling spacey, redo your grounding. So redo your grounding again, big red or orange or yellow grounding. Unblock your grounding. Okay, and then just imagine copies of any blocks, put them out in front of you, any blocks that are in the way of you receiving as much help from your angels as you need. And just go ahead and soak these blocks in the red earth energy, and then gold light, melt them away. And you can melt away cords going into them. Maybe you have cords going into them from you or other people. So melt the cords, little lines of light, and then melt the blocks. All right, good job. So that was melting energy blocks so that you can let angels heal you and guide you as much as possible. Okay, so now let's clear out rules from other people and shame from other people, because those things can cause you to sort of like self-repress and hold back. so that you are not free to be as creative as you want to be or self-express as much as you might want to. So let's clear that stuff. So we're clearing out rules from other people and also shame energy, which can be directly from other people, or it can just be sort of a byproduct of having overwhelming experiences. Okay, so you may want to imagine this stuff kind of far away from you if it's overwhelming. So just imagine a big pile of all the rules that are in your space from other people that are getting in the way of your creativity and self-expression, and a big pile of all the shame from other people, or shame just from stressful days that you've had in this life or past lives. And you can blow up those piles if you want, or you can melt them with gold light. If you're healing other people, you melt them with gold light. You don't blow up other people's piles because that's too pushy. So you're melting away rules and you're melting away shame with gold light from your hands. And you can reground if you need to, if you're feeling spacey. And then again, big pile out in front of you, any rules that are in your space holding you back as far as creativity or self-expression. Also problem solving problems, having good realizations about, a solution, that's also creativity. So anything in the way of that, any energy blocks, like mental blocks, put those out in a pile. And then any shame energy from this or past lives that sort of makes you feel like you're wrong and there's something really terrible about you. Just put all those energy blocks in a big pile too. You can blow them up. You can say, angels, help me clear this stuff. And then just bring up red earth energy, soak both piles, lots of gold light. And just let the piles melt. Keep breathing, stay here. Don't try so hard. Wiggle your toes, try to be upbeat about it. You're not supposed to feel what you're clearing. Just have it be just piles far away from you that you're melting. Good job. And if any of it's still there, it didn't melt, just say, angels, help me clear that. And just to remind yourself, hey, I can work on this more in my sleep with my angels, and that's super easy. So if I need to clear more shame, or if I need to clear more rules from other people, I can do that in my sleep with my angels. So good job. All right, so let's see. That was clearing out rules and clearing out shame. So now let's do the 8th chakra, creative spark. We're going to unblock your chakras 7 all the way down to 1. So all the major chakras along the spine, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 of your physical body, and then your astral body. So you have 2 full sets of 7 chakras along your spine. And one is with your spirit, so it comes and goes when you sleep, and then one stays in your body. But you can imagine just like one set of 7 chakras with the astral body one inside the physical one. But anyway, we're going to unblock these chakras so that the sort of creative, like new idea kind of energy from your 8th chakra, which is an energy center up above you, can help to inspire you on a conscious level with your real everyday issues that you're working on. Okay, so you just imagine your major chakras along your spine. So the 7 major chakras, 2 sets of them. You can imagine them separately if you want, but that's way too complex for me at the moment. So you just imagine the astral ones in the physical one. So it just looks like 7 chakras. So 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, a bunch of open cylinders, right? So the 7th chakra is oriented this way, round opening at the top, round opening at the bottom. It's in your head, in the top of your head. And then 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 are oriented this way, with round opening in the front, round opening in the back. Okay, so you just imagine, and if you don't see energy, that's fine. Just make copies with your thought or your intention, right? So then that was explaining. So now this is doing. So you have the copies of your major chakras out in front of you, and you just unblock them to the point where that creative spark, the new ideas from your 8th chakra, can come down and inspire all your major chakras. So just imagine any blocked, stuck energy around these major chakras and just move them to the side. And you could blow them up if you're healing yourself. Otherwise, melt them with gold light. That's an option. Okay, and just come on back into your hips and shoulders and your toes. Okay, again, imagine your major chakras and move to the side any energy blocks in the way of that 8th chakra creative spark. So just move these energy blocks to the side and give them to your angels. Angels, here you go. Deep breath. Because we want that 8th chakra that's above you, it looks like a nice big gold sun, to shine down, new ideas and inspiration. And you want that, your creative rings also do that, but the 8th chakra, that's sort of, even a bigger deal, probably. So you want that 8th chakra energy to be able to permeate all the way down to your 1st chakra, right? So, but you got to unblock a lot for that. So just imagine the stuck, stagnant energy in your major chakras that's in the way of that creative spark from your 8th chakra getting all the way down, and just move that stuck energy over and melt it away with gold light, or hand it to your angels, or blow it up. So just check how far down can your 8th chakra creative spark go. Like maybe it can go now and inspire your 7th and your 6th, but not 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Or maybe it can now, your 8th chakra creative spark can inspire your 7th and your 6th and your 5th and even your 4th, but not 3, 2, 1. Just sort of intuitively check, like, okay, I think my 8th chakra creative ideas can come down this far. And just, you don't have to do that, but it is sort of interesting to see, like, okay, well, how many more, which chakras do I still need to unblock to get that creative spark all the way down to all of them. Okay, so imagine the energy blocks in your major chakras that are in the way of your 8th chakra, like new idea, creative spark, and just move over the blocks and melt them away with gold light, or give them to your angels, or blow them up if you're healing yourself. All right, and just use your intuition. Okay, so how far down can my 8th chakra creative spark go now? And we'll do one more unblocking. You can just go light through all your major chakras right now. And again, just imagine any energy blocks that are in the way of your 8th chakra creative spark, inspiring all your major chakras. Imagine those blocks and move them away and melt them, or give them to your angels, or blow them up. All right. Woo-woo. So deep breaths, breathe into your toes, into all your major joints. So that was the 8th chakra creative spark stuff. Unblocking all your major chakras so that your 8th chakra creative spark can come down and inspire all your chakras of your physical body and astral body. All your major chakras along your spine. Just check your flow everywhere, especially your grounding. Unblock your grounding. So I'm going to be quiet for a moment as I look at a sample person. Okay, we're going to do stebs, then I think, yeah, I think that's it. So we'll see. But so stebs is easy. It's a good thing to do. You could do it like after a therapy appointment, before a therapy appointment, if you do get psychotherapy appointments, or just in life, do it every day if you want. But like say if you're going to have a triggering discussion with somebody, or you're triggered about doing some project that you've been trying to do, stebs is good for that. So stebs, it stands for stubborn triggered energy blocks. So you've done your basics hopefully already, right? Grounding, chakra repair and unblocking, aura repair and unblocking, creative ring repair and unblocking. So your 4 basics, right? So grounding, chakras, creative rings, and auras, right? You've done your 4 basics, and but you still feel triggered, right? And so that can be because you have energy blocks that are stubborn, and they're stubborn probably because other people are courting them, which holds them in place. And so then it's kind of like it's there vibrating, being all annoying. So your triggered energy blocks would be in the front, or maybe at the top of your 7th layer, right there. So you can just imagine all them all in the same place. Just put them all in a lump. All your stubborn triggered energy blocks, put copies of them all in front of you, and then use red earth energy, soak them up in red earth energy. You can imagine maybe like a stack of books, or a stack of like tiles, like hard sort of tiles, and each tile is an energy block. But these are stubborn triggered energy blocks. They're still around even though you've done so much. And just soak them in red earth energy, and then melt away the cords from other people that are going into them. Could be from you as well. So melt away little lines of light going into these energy blocks, and then go ahead and melt away the energy blocks with gold light. Or you can blow them up if you're healing yourself. Deep breath, breathe into everywhere in your physical body, and also be aware of your aura. Breathe into your auras. You can redo your grounding, comb through your grounding, and we'll do one more stebs batch. You can do as many as you want, really, but just imagine all the stubborn triggered energy blocks that are still triggered and bugging you in your energy, and just stack them all up and in a pile, and bring up red earth energy, soak them in the red earth energy, and then gold light. Use the gold light to melt away cords going into them from you or from other people, and then use gold light to melt the energy blocks, or blow them up if you're healing yourself. And if you have any that are still there that haven't cleared, you can wrap them up in gold light, give them to your angels. Angels, here you go. We could do some flower healing just to finish up, because why not? So we did flower healing already, specifically for the neck and shoulders and head, and for your feet and your legs and your hips and your lower back. Well, let's just do flower healing, I guess, overall, and then for the theme. So any energy healing that you need right now for, maybe something's happening in your life or whatever, you need some extra energy healing. So go ahead and make some energy healing flowers out of universal healing energy. So they'll be like rainbow colors or gold or all of the above. You don't have to think about the color, but just make the energy healing flowers that you need, and say, angels, can you check my flowers? And then give them to yourself. So again, what do you need? Go ahead and make the energy healing flowers that you need, and say, angels, can you check my flowers? And give them to yourself. And now for the themes. Creativity. And it can be that narrow focused creativity that's sort of stereotypical, like about being artsy or decorating your home or something, but it can also be problem solving. thinking of a solution to a problem. For me, that's creativity. So a more broad, very sort of practical, nuts and bolts kind of creativity, that's real too and necessary. So whatever healing energy you need for creativity, go ahead, make it out of universal healing energy as much as you need, and say, angels, can you double check my flowers? And give that to yourself. So again, creativity flowers that you need. Angels, can you double check my flowers? Give them to yourself. And self-expression, energy healing flowers. What do you need to help you to have self-expression as much as is healthy and gentle for you right now? So self-expression, energy healing flowers. Angels, can you check my flowers? And then give them to yourself. More energy healing flowers for yourself, whatever you need for your self-expression, as many as you need. And then just say, angels, can you check my flowers? And give them to yourself. All right, so you could say, angels, can you help me finish up this healing? Oh, and I didn't say, but gold buffer zones. Redo your gold buffer zones. All right, there's a reference video I'll post down below about gold buffer zones. Okay, so good job. You're amazing. We did it. We did the healing. Rah, rah, rah. Okay, so the healing is done. I would like to do maybe a 15-minute little discussion time. If you have a comment about how the healing was for you, if you have a related question to the theme or anything that we discussed in this healing, I may have time for it, so you can post it and see. If I don't have time for your question, or if you feel like, I don't know, you'd just rather ask it later, you can post a question under any video at any time, and I'll get to it when I have time. But I'm happy to do that, and you know, that's an option that you have. Okay, so I'm going to catch up on some comments. Oh, and then of course, an hour from now, roughly, the July sessions will go up on my payment page, on my purchase page of my website. So you would go to janetwrightreadings.com, and then it says like sessions and dates, themes, rates, purchasing, something like that. And that's where you could purchase one of the July healing sets. So a set of 3, the triplet set, or the set of 2 healings, the twin set. Those go on sale today, and they sell out. It depends. I mean, sometimes one of the sets will sell out like in 10 minutes, as little as like 5 minutes even sometimes. But sometimes one of the sets might take like a few hours to sell out, or even a full day to sell out. Rarely, but you know, sometimes there's like 1 or 2 spots left that just hang on for a little bit. But anyway, righty, so catching up on comments. Someone says, hi, dear Janet, not being in your healing for so long. My chakras have been so weak, especially my ear chakras and crown. It causes me to be affected by people's bad energy sending to me, and it causes my throat chakra to be affected and feel choked while eating and even breathing. What should I do? My name is, and you're mentioning your name, which helps. Okay, so yeah, so those basics that I was talking about, the 4 basics. So that's where you start putting things back together. You're thinking it's chakra damage, which it is, but it's also aura damage. It's also your grounding being too blocked and skinny. And it's also your creative rings being damaged. So the 4 things: grounding, aura repair, chakra repair, creative ring repair. So later, I mean, you could go to like the video from 2 days ago, and you'll find, you know, in the comment section under the healing summary, there's optional video links, and there's good videos for any of that stuff, or repair, chakra repair. But we did it all today, so you could just, but I won't have timestamp links on today's until tomorrow. But if you want, you could wait till tomorrow and do some of it. But, or you could do it. But anyway, yeah, or repair is aura repair and grounding is what you would do first, because that's sort of like your basics, and then creative ring repair and chakra repair. But that would do it. Then you should feel more functional. So yeah, try to, and you can try to keep up with your 4 basics, on a regular basis. So then you don't break down so much, because you've had aura damage for since like late March. You've had significant aura damage, so that's like almost 2 full months. So the problem is your aura gets ripped, and then other things start getting damaged, more chakra damage, and then it's just hard to deal with life that way. I mean, life is challenging enough even when you have everything all repaired. So yeah. So it's up to you, but the 4 basics. Try to get that all situated. And yeah, you can email me too, because I don't think you're on my news email list. So if you want to email me and say hi and remind me of your comment, and ask to be on my news email list, because maybe that'll kind of remind you about the healings and about healing yourself. Maybe. So if you want, that's an option. My email is janet@janetwrightreading.com. JanetWrightReadings.com with an S. Janet@JanetWrightReadings.com. Okay, and July healings, like I said, go up in about 51 minutes from now, if I'm on time. Sometimes I'm a few minutes late. Okay, so it says, on point as always, Janet. How is my older daughter doing now? You remind me of her name. She had lots of sinus throat issues this week and is stressed about voice concert. Voice concert, oh cool. Yeah, voice, singing, that's so energy related. It can be really fun to like heal your throat chakra and heal, and like get more present. And then so practice singing, like just sing, even if you're not a singer, just practice singing some little, part of a song that and then heal your throat chakra more and ground more and, get more in your head and your chest and your heart chakra, and then sing that same thing again, and like hear if your voice got better. But it's fun to work that. But anyway, okay, so how is she doing now? She had lots of sinus throat issues this week and is stressed about voice concert and finals. Yeah, well, there's that. Before she was in 7654, it was more like the top of her aura layers and the bottom of her aura layers were kind of like, it was just too compressed and stuck. So then like things just weren't, releasing and flowing properly. But now that opened up a lot, and so she still has tightness in her inner 2 aura layers, second and first layer, but everything's in the process of releasing. Like it's in progress. So if you want, I mean, she can go like this and like this, gold light into the 4th, gold light into the 5th, for like singing. That'd be fun. If obviously she can't do that during the concert, but if she wants to like rehearse in her room and just, gold light both of those chakras as she's singing, that's kind of fun. But yeah, she seems like she's getting her stuff together now. She did have some aura damage, I think, which is part of what that was sort of how everything started getting blocked up. But yeah, she's on the mend. The healing helped. You can tell her I said hi. If she doesn't listen. So, okay, someone else says, thanks so much, Janet. How did my mom do today? And is she still attacking me? I felt more anxious earlier in the week, but have been on vacation since Thursday, so I've been mostly relaxed. I've been telepathing my mom anytime I feel panicking, saying that what she's doing won't help her life as well, and that seems to help. Yeah, I looked at her, I think when I was reading one of your surveys, and it is helping her to learn, like going that deeper level with her and being like, does this help your life? Is this, really what you want to do with your energy? Because it's so not, and she knows better. It's just she gets in these compulsive patterns, she lets her fear get the best of her. But, she really doesn't want to do, I mean, she's a very passionate person, at least from the look of it, I don't know consciously if that comes through, but she's very passionate, you know, so if you can help her to redirect her passion, you know, towards like, hey, you could use some of that strength to you know, with these projects you have, or, you know, because otherwise she just uses the strength to like come in and tackle you. But yeah, I think it's working more and more. It's just, you know, she's not fully there yet. But I think, you know, you're getting more okay with the reality of like, wow, you know, my mom's a linebacker and comes and charges at me every now and then. You know, and just, you know, help her to redirect and then heal it all. I would say you can heal it faster, you know, like just gold fire throughout your whole space and just repair and restore, like really, because she's done it so many times. I mean, you should have enough memory on a spirit level to just be like, and just bake her out and repair everything that happened. You know, redo your gold buffers. So I would say you can progress more in speedily repairing everything. But yeah, she is getting better. The way you're going deeper with it and just talking to her a little bit more big picture about what she's doing and why is helping. And two, I think some of that work that we did in the last healing, the triplet set, healing 3 of 3, we added it was about creativity and self-expression as well, but we added that self-validation theme, like the heart chakra stuff about not needing approval from others and just working on your own self-healing and self-acceptance. And I think that helps you a little bit more of like, you have a little bit more bouncy strength when she tries to tackle you now. So you could keep working that, like that self-validation. If you want, you can use, you know, the parts in the healing 3 of 3 of the, you know, May triplet. I think I put self-validation in the title, in addition to creativity and self-expression. But you could work that more. Okay, someone says, I often get the sense that resistance energy is released for me. Do you have any idea of how much more needs to be cleared up? I have no idea if I'm 10%, 50% resolved in this area. So I understand your question, and it is a logical perspective to be like, well, how much more do I have to do? But on the other hand, like the more present you get, the more you can do. So it's not really like I can't put like a super accurate finite thing on it, because the more present you get, then you can get more in depth about, you know, deeper, more subtle levels of resistance that you're clearing. But I think it's great that you're aware that you are clearing resistance, and that is like it's a game changer. It's really cool, like, because technically all the energy blocks in your space, you're holding on to them through resistance. Like that's your inner glue that holds on to any energy block anywhere in your space. So the more you kind of work letting go of your resistance and moving out of that space of resistance, the more all your energy blocks clear, you know. So it's huge. I mean, I would say like the way your angels show it is like, okay, like if you were a ship, right, in the water, and if you were like traveling due north, that, for what your angels showing you right now, that represents you at non-resistance, you know, relatively, right? So if your ship is traveling due north, you're at non-resistance. So before you were at like, you know, really far off of that. I mean, not the opposite of it, but you were at like, you were traveling like southwest rather than north. And so now you're traveling northwest. So you're getting there. You know, you may be like 40% there as far as non-resistance. So there's still more, maybe halfway there if that's easier to think about. So you're roughly halfway there, not quite halfway there. So you could just imagine energy blocks that cause you to be in resistance, you know, like big bricks in front of you, and blow them up, you know, so resistance energy blocks that cause you to be in resistance. But that's a great thing to work. You could search YouTube Janet Wright non-resistance, and there would be interesting options if you wanted. But the quick way would just be to imagine energy blocks that cause you the most resistance, and, you know, blow them up, and just do that over time. Keep doing it. But yeah, that's a very nice sort of underlying way to progress more quickly and get present more quickly. So, great idea. Someone says, thank you for the healing, Janet. We had some family over yesterday and today. We all feel robbed and so weak. I tried to stay grounded. What was our weakest point of not being so present? Yeah, somebody really tried to reset your family, like one of the people. It's like if we keep using that ship metaphor, like the healthy direction for your family is like due north, and that's where you were traveling when they visited, and then someone was like, nope, and like reset your family and your home to be like almost due south. And so you're like halfway back again, but it's just like so jarring for you guys because you really had like a nice thing going where like, I mean, I would say just try to not, don't lose heart, like you can get it back. Like that's the thing. All this experience, it still counts. So even if somebody, knocks you on your butt, the strength and the life experience and the learning that you guys had to get to where you were, it still counts and you can still get back what you need. But I would say heart chakra and seventh chakra is sort of how you guys got reset. I think they managed to cord each of you guys at the fourth and the seventh and just went cut it out. Ooh, this is what our family should be like, so extra healing in your fourth and your seventh, and then I think everyone else in your family would be inspired, and maybe you can just ask angels to help you guys reset. But yeah, a bit of a smackdown. Yeah. What you could do in the future, I'm going to put 5 more minutes on. What you could do in the future is create some guidelines, some sort of rules that people have to agree to about basic respect before they visit your home, regardless of if they're family or a neighbor or anybody. And they have to agree to these rules with their angels. And they're clean rules, but it's basically like no smackdowns allowed, that kind of thing, like free will is good, no smackdowns, those kind of rules. And then they have to agree to it. And once they agree to it, then their angels kind of keep them honest about it, so when they're at your house, even if they feel like doing a smackdown, their angels hold them back from it, so kind of like respect rules, and you can have your angels create those with you in your sleep, and then anyone that visits your home has to agree to that stuff, and on a spirit level. And that way, that could eliminate that from happening again. It could be that person XYZ then, mysteriously cancels each time they're about to visit your house because they can't handle those rules, but that might not be a bad thing. So I hope that helps. Someone says, hey, Janet, you healed me. Yes. I felt a lot of aha moments. I did have my husband messing up my mood during the healing. How did I do? You did good. Yeah, you released like epic amounts, so I could see why he might have been a little triggered. What you could do is, say hi to him on a spirit level. Like, let's say his name is Bill. Just say with your mind, hey, Bill, ask your angels to give you a healing. That way, he'll be like, well, why would I do that? And say, well, if your angels heal you, it helps you de-stress. It helps you with focus. It helps you with your abundance. It helps you with your sleep. He'll be like, oh, why didn't you tell me that? And then he'll let his angels heal him. Okay. So just, that way he gets a healing too, just not from me. If he didn't purchase one from me, that if you didn't purchase it for him, which you didn't, then obviously I'm not healing him, but his angels are even more capable than I am, of course. So that's a good thing. But you did great. And I think I just talked to him now, and so he's letting his angels heal him now, but you can keep reminding him about that. But be centered so that you're not in his brain telling him, work with your angels, you know, just let your voice travel, like feel yourself and just say, hey, Bob, you know, da, 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 da. All right. Hi, Janet. I've been feeling good so far from the healing. Can you see how my son's energy boundaries are with my family? He's not napping well. Yeah, he has aura damage actually in the layer 7654 in the top and back. It's like all melted down and hard. So I think what it is he absorbed some stress from your husband, which kids do. It's not really your husband's fault. It's just kids are like little sponges. So he took on some adult level stress from your husband, and that like sort of blew out the back of his aura and the top of his aura. So yeah, aura healing would be, his chakras are healed. His creative rings are also damaged. So creative ring repair and aura repair, maybe just some earth energy soaks for him. You know, earth energy is nice and comforting. But yeah, I think that's all it is. Yeah. So if that helps. Someone says namaste. Thank you very much. Hello to you. Someone says, thanks, Janet. Feeling clearer. My favorite part was healing the fourth chakra blocks that prevent receiving angel help. I do already get help, but could improve. Exactly. True for all of us. Well, good. I'm glad the healing is helping and you're feeling some results and that you're healing yourself along with. That's great. Yeah. You're bringing in a lot of new energy. So just keep, your grounding looks great, but just keep unblocking up here because you're bringing in new energy of yours. And so just imagine the top of your aura and just like melt any blocks so that it comes in more smoothly. This was, I just asked my husband, who also got the healing, yes, about moving, and he kind of got mad. What's going on there? Thanks, Janet. You can post that later under a video, and I'll look at it later. But feel free to post it later under a video. We don't have time for it now. Someone says, thanks, Janet. I love the whole month theme. It feels like we are clearing deep blocks. And you're mentioning your family's names have been healed by you for a year. Could you give me an update on how they're doing? Yeah, post that later. The whole year at a glance thing. Well, I mean, they did, I mean, with the healing now, they did great. They see the chunk and bubble. They're still doing that. They like it. They're like laughing about the bubbles. That's cute. Someone says, hello, Janet. Thank you for healing me today. Did my aura repair work? I tried to heal my aura yesterday and last night. Let's see. So if I look at you like right before the healing, like say 2 hours before this healing, it mostly worked, but the seventh layer was kind of a scar. The scarring was still there in the seventh layer. But and some scarring like right around your tummy area. But overall, it was all repaired and it was not leaking. But if you get that melt, make sure you melt all the scarring, then it'll stay stronger and it won't get as damaged as quickly when someone throws energy. So that's the only part you missed, is the melting the aura scarring. But good job. So it says, May healings have been extra pleasant for me. Oh, good. I was wondering what made it extra pleasant and what I can work on further. Thank you so much. The shoulders and hips, first layer unblocking the shoulders and the hips seems to be very big for you. I think it's big for a lot of people. It's like it's just a shoulders and hips. It's like if you can be more in there, it's like you're in more everywhere. calling back serenity too was a thing. We did that at the end of the last healing, calling back your serenity from other people. But yeah, if I had to add a glance, you know, why was this month especially helpful? I would say it's the unblocking the shoulders and the hips around the first layer and inside. And the sinuses too, because that sinuses and heads, because that helps with singing and expression. Someone says, "Hi Janet, you healed me. Thank you. How did my son do?" And you're mentioning your name, thankfully. Still working through triggers. Thank you. Your son, I was looking at him during certain parts. He inspired some parts. The chunking, he did that well. It's just that he needs so much healing, you know, but he did every single part of it. The joints, he cleared a lot of junk out of his joints. So yeah, chunk and bubble and the joints, I would say, are the biggest things for him. You are releasing a lot, so keep unblocking your grounding if you could in the next like day or two, because these for you too, it's like this healing is like a long time that you needed it, you know, and so it's like you're releasing a lot. It looks very nice, but just keep that grounding wide and unblocked. Just check on it every now and then. Someone says, "Yike, there is a strange zigzag energy in front of my right eye. Can see it though my eyes are open. It changes colors and it's moving. Do you know what it is?" Okay, so you're just I don't think there really is something there. I think it's just, you know, you have you're having some boundary issues, and so it affects your clairvoyance. So I would just take it as that, like a clairvoyance boundary issue thing, where you have, so line up, you know, people and invasive beings or whatever that could be impacting your clairvoyance, and then just, you know, have your angels recycle anything that needs to be recycled, you know, any invasive beings, and then with the people, just melt away energy cords between you and those people, just so you get back, because you're not very centered right now. It's like you get triggered and then you pop out, like you have a fear sort of ejector seat where, you know, like you pop, like in the cartoons, and you're sitting and you're present and you're in your hips and your shoulders and everything, and then all of a sudden you freak out, something scares you, and you're like, woo, and you're gone. So you have that fear ejector seat thing happen. You got triggered, you know, by seeing some weird vision that was disturbing to you. And so you just come back, like clear your triggers, you know, you do like a earth energy soak. And so you're sitting in earth energy. So that's more comforting. Just come back, because you can't do any significant clearing when your ejector seat, when your flight instinct is triggered. So just forget about that for a sec and get all your basics back. And then it'll be easier to clear, you know, weird things happening with your vision. But, you know, the real problem is that you have this fear ejector seat, that when something freaks you out, you leave the premises, you leave the building, and you're not going to be able to do any important energy work that way. So first step is you got to come back into the building and come back into your body and just work your earth energy in your legs, and just forget about whatever's spooking you right now, and just get your basics first, and then you can, you know, comb through and get rid of stuff using gold nets, using sticky gold wax, all sorts of techniques. So I hope that helps. Fear is the problem, letting fear get the best of you. All right, so congratulations for working your energy, everybody. And in less than a half hour, in 28 minutes-ish, if I'm on time, which is an if, the July sessions will go up. which the themes are listed on my website. I suppose I can say what they are here too. Let's see. On my website, the page is called Purchasing Dates and Themes under Group Healings. So for July, oh, and if you don't get my news emails and you want to, that could be another reason to just email and say, hi, can you please send me your news emails? But anyway, so July, the triplet set, the set of 3 healings on July 1st, 3rd, and 5th is communications. Find your voice, clear mental chaos and blocks, enhance desire and ability to communicate. Whoa, whoa, whoa. That sounds cool. And then the twin set in July on the 17th and the 19th is empowerment. Be your own authority. Bum, bum, bum. So those are the July healings. Next month, June, those are sold out, but they're super insanely cool. The June triplet set on June 3rd, 5th, and 7th is enhance your spiritual abilities, intuition, clairvoyance, clairaudience, conscious telepathy. So it's, working on your abilities, your spiritual abilities. That's the June triplet set coming up. Already sold out, but very cool. And you can listen and follow along if you didn't purchase it. June twin set is enhance your logic and problem solving, which I need more of. Probably a lot of people do. It's a nice balance, because working your psychic abilities is great, but, stay balanced and work the, nuts and bolts of your life, the practical stuff too. So you're not just all, because balance is really helpful for everything in life. So that's a nice contrast. Enhance your logic and problem solving. Should be really interesting to work. All right, cool. So you guys are great. Congratulations for working on your energy, for realizing that you can heal yourself. And I will show the dogs in the last minute of the live stream as usual. They're all excited because we're about to go outside. I know. Easy be good. All right, so here are my puppies. Well, 2 out of 3. There's Daisy, and there is Izzy. Okay, guys, bye. You're awesome. Take care, and the next healing is in 2 days. On Tuesday. Bye-bye.